Good morning, y'all. It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Zatima Season 2, Episode 18, Pride to the Side. Now, y'all, I had to do this episode by itself because Fatima pissed me off so bad, so bad in this episode that I said I had to do it myself. I had to do this episode by itself. And it took me a little bit to get it done. Now, last night I was supposed to record the episode so that it'll play for y'all at 9. But I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and give it to the people's live and live in color because y'all need to know and I need to be able to talk to y'all about this foolishness. So let's just get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force. Yeah. Blessing the reap and we coursing on.
All right, y'all. So the episode starts off where Connie, she done walked out of Zach's house, but Fatima is over at Deja's side of the house, over at Deja's house, and they going back and forth because Fatima done caught her without the neck brace, child. So now Deja then showed a picture of Connie, letting Fatima know that Connie was at the house. She's like, that's the girl that I was telling you about. She was like, girl, she wearing your shirt. I was like, Deja, what are you still out here doing? What are you doing? So Connie was like, I was just here to turn the alarm off and stuff, and because Zach, I was just here to do some stuff for Zach or whatever. And Fatima was like, what the hell are you doing here? And she was like, do you know who I am? And Connie was like, yeah, I know who you are, girl. Zach told me who you are. I was just here to, like I said, to cut the alarm off and stuff. So Fatima was like, well, you need to get the hell up out of here. So Connie says, Deja jumps in being nosy, talking trash. And she's like, yeah, girl, because I told you she was over there or whatever. And Connie was like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, we're not even talking to you. You ready to get stomped out? Because we both can stomp you out over here. And Deja was like, you better tell her, Fatima, because I sue people. Okay, I sue. Okay. And so Connie was like, girl, what are you talking about? Girl, what? You gonna sue who? I am on public assistance and I have 3 children. Who the heck are you about to sue again? Because you ain't about to get jack from me. So Fatima was like, girl, Deja, go in the house. So Deja was like, okay. So she walking slowly going into the house. I'm like, this girl, Jazzy is funny. Okay. So moving on. Fatima is like, so what are you doing here again? So Connie was like I said, I came here. Zach's mom is in the hospital. She OD'd. So I'm here taking care of some stuff for him because he's at the hospital where you should be. She was like, are you going to go to the hospital? And Fatima was like, no, I'm not going up to the hospital. He didn't call me. And she's like, girl, like, he's at the hospital. He needs you. Like, you need to go to the hospital. And Fatima is like, okay, well, whatever. I'll wait for him to call me. Fatima, who do you think you are? That's what, like, if my mother, despite the tumultuous relationship that Zach has had with his mother, why are you the first person that I'm thinking about when my mother is on her deathbed? If you know this information, either you want to come up here and support me or not. I'm not thinking about you. Zach is going through enough right now, up at the hospital with his brother acting a daggone fool, Nathan acting a fool, everybody acting a fool, including you. But Connie is there, and you just can't get over the fact that Connie and Zach done screwed. She was like, well, how did you know about it? And Fatima was like, how'd you know? To Connie. And Connie was like, listen, I'm a family friend. Me and Zach have known each other for a really, really long time. Like, we've known each other since we were kids. And I know his family. That's how I know. And she was like, y'all a little more than friends. And Connie was like, okay, yeah, we may have screwed around a little bit, but we were young. Like, that is so old. She was like, do you understand how many exes Zach could call and get some from? But he wants to be with you. She's like, girl, scratch all of that. Are you going to go to the hospital or not? And Fatima was like, girl, bye. Like, girl, what? Why are you talking to me? And Connie was like, okay, well, I got to go pick up my kids and stuff. So are you going to go and turn the alarm off and stuff and do what you got to do? First of all, Connie, weren't you there to turn the alarm on? And did you lock the door? Do you have a key? Fatima, do you have a key again? I'm confused about this whole who gonna lock the house up, not lock the house up, the door open. It's a lot going on right here. It's just a whole lot. Okay, moving on. Tony comes to the hospital. Okay. We can't leave out this part. Connie says he has a bunch of exes that he can call, and he hasn't. What he's been doing is up there effing on that side chick toy upstairs. It's real nasty. I found it up there when I was looking for the alarm. So I think that is foresight to kind of let Fatima know that Zach isn't out here screwing around with women. He's actually up there humping on that toy that she gave him. And I'm just like, okay, girl, whatever. So moving on. And remember, that's what the toy that she gave him in Sisters, because he wanted to have sex too much. So she was like, you're doing too much. And that's what I don't that also brings me to this point. What I don't understand. Everything is out of whack. Because Zach was like, and Fatima not giving me none or whatever. And then Fatima gives him this toy because she says that he's asking for it too much. It's not all adding up, or y'all not listening to each other. The communication is just trash. Because Zach, obviously, if she's giving you a toy, she had a conversation with you saying that you're trying to do it too much. Okay, it's not that she wants to be with somebody else. You trying to get it from her too much. So why is that one of your gripes with her? If you know that's a child, Tyler Perry, proofread before you put the script together. That's all I'm saying, because this here is just too much back and forth. But moving on. Tony comes to the hospital and asks how Zach's mom is doing, and Zach says he's waiting on a doctor, but it's not looking good. Tony says he's sorry about all of this that's going on, and basically tells Zach if he needs anything, he's got his back. He's always going to be there for him. And Zach was like, you know what, man, it's like, this is my life. First I'm up and then I'm down. It's like I'm always up, down, up, down, up, down. It never, like, I can't catch a break. So Jeremiah comes out of nowhere, because I don't know, Lord knows where the heck he been at, shooting up the breeze, okay? Shooting up the arm, the vein, the foot, the toe, or whatever he can do. Who knows what his choice of festivities of ruining his body is today. So he comes back and he's sitting down and he's like, yeah, did Zach tell you? He tried to kill my mama. He gave her $500. Yeah, he tried to offer. I'm like, why would you come over here saying that? With the dope fiend lean, you over here starting crap. So Tony was like, man, don't say that. Don't, that is not right. If Zach gave your mother $500, he gave it to her to help her. He didn't give it to her to hurt her. Why would you say something like that? Mind you, this is the most lines Tony has had. All right, I done told y'all they need to let Tony talk a little bit more. Tony ain't been talking. Tony talk back. Tony talk back tight. Okay, he's talking back in this episode, which I like it. I like this for Tony. Give Tony some more talking points. So Jeremiah proceeds to say that Zach hates him and the mama. He hates him and his mama, and Zach ain't never been there for them, and he don't do this and he don't do that. And Zach says, boy, get out of here, you basehead, before I stomp you out. And Tony was like, okay, now we don't need to be doing none of that. He's like, okay, Jeremiah, you need some coffee or something so it can calm you down. Let me go get you something to eat. Jeremiah is like, no, I don't want to go get nothing. I don't want nothing to eat. I don't want no coffee. I want to sit right here and watch him suffer because he tried to kill my mama. I want to watch him and just watch him just suffer in all of this. And Zach is like, what? He was like, I didn't do anything. And Tony was like, stop saying that, man. So then he turns to Zach and he's like, Zach, you want to go get a sandwich at the cafeteria? Zach is like, no, I got to be the responsible one because this old dope head over here ain't going to do nothing. So I got to be here and wait for the doctor so I can do what needs to be done for my mother. Both of y'all are stupid. Okay? And Jeremiah is just at least under a substance. Zach, you just dumb for no reason. I would not be sitting here letting this fool get. Is that Big G? Yes, it is, girl. Y'all, I see Big G from the Go-Go Band here in DC just walking out of the Walgreens, child. Oh, he got a nice truck. Let me mind my business. Moving on. That is a handsome man there. Okay, girl. Anyway, moving on. Big G, if y'all look him up. Y'all know who, if you're from DC, you know who that is. Anyway, so Tony says, do you hear yourself? Talking to Jeremiah. And then he tells Zach to go get the food. Zach says no. And Zach basically is like, he want to stay there and take care of whatever needs to be taken care of for his mother. So Tony says, okay, well, let's just all sit here and be cordial and act right. Okay. So moving on, Sam and Angela are done being nasty, child. The rump session is over. And Sam asked Angela if he can come back over later on. Angela was like, oh, you really feeling me, huh? What type of 90s sitcom do you think you in, Angela? You are not Moesha. Talking about, you really feeling me, huh? Girl, what? You are a grown woman and y'all been humping and thumping around, bumping uglies all night. And you talking about, is he feeling you? Girl, bye. So anyway, he's like, okay, well, just let me know if I can come back over later. And Angela's like, okay, I'll think about it. Okay, bye. So Sam leaves out. So Fatima walks in. Okay. So Fatima comes in all dressed up. Apparently it's early as heck in the morning. Because Angela like, girl, why is you ready for work already? And Fatima was like, I'm going to just go and work early because I just need to clear my mind. Her and this clearing her mind stuff. Girl, go get a massage. Go smoke some weed. So I don't know what you doing, Fatima, because you've been clearing your mind for the last 2-3 days, okay? And you ain't cleared nothing out apparently. So she's like, I'm gonna just go to work and get my mind off of stuff. Angela's like, so what's wrong? Did you see Zach last night? She's like, well, no, but his mom is in the hospital. She OD'd. And so Angela was like, oh, okay, so you going to the hospital? Fatima was like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not going up there unless he calls me. And Angela was like, girl, what? You're not going to the hospital? Like, Fatima, are you serious? And Fatima was like, no, because I don't want what happened to me last time to happen. Girl, Fatima. Girl, stop. You're doing too much, okay? You are the most, this is the most selfish BS that I done heard of. You get embarrassed one good time at the hospital where, Zach is up there and Connie is there. And he tells you that he screwed Connie and Connie ends up at the hospital, whatever. Fatima, grow up. Either you're going to be there for the man or not. Because my thing is, if I don't care if I'm arguing with one of my friends, somebody that I'm close to, whatever. If you call me, if I know something like that happened and I don't come and check on you, and you find that my friend finds out that I knew, and I'm over here being petty Betty because, oh, I don't want to be embarrassed, so I want you to call me first. Girl, who the fuck do you think you are? That's his mother. Yes, his mother has not been there for him all his life the way that he would have liked her to be. Okay, his mother has struggled. His mother has gone through a lot of things. Hell, Zach has gone through a lot of things, and his life is a certain way because of the things that his mother has done and how he's grown up. But girl, who the hell do you think you are to think that, okay, I need him to call me first? He's over here grieving and thinking about the fact that his mother may possibly pass away. But then again, let's look at it from this side. You, Zach, used your mother to go to therapy, right? You swindled the whole situation. You got your mother and your brother in therapy, and you use the fact that they, you try to show Fatima, look, this is what I'm dealing with. This is why I'm the way that I am, and I'm trying to be better, and blah blah blah. So Fatima is still not in the mode of knowing how important these two people are to you. She probably is still thinking in her head that this is another scheme that Todd set up for you to come over here with her with the bulls. She's probably thinking that you're just doing all of this just so you can get her to come up to the hospital, get her to come up to the hospital so that you can see her. Who knows what's going on in Fatima's head? But I don't. Despite what Fatima is thinking, go to the hospital. If you care about Zach, first of all, you just went over his house last night because you wanted to go see him to clear your mind. You keep doing all this bullshit to clear your mind. But now that you know why Zach wasn't at his house when you went over his house, obviously last night, so it's okay for you to go over his house for your own purposes, where you want to go see him. But when you find out that he's actually going through something, you can't go over his house. You can't go to his aid to the hospital. Fatima, you full of crap. And I'm glad that Angela told you that you need to go up to that hospital, because that's just, you need to grow up, sis. Like, you got to grow up. Seriously. Is my bestie in the building? What's up, Toya? What you doing on here early in the morning, chat? I need to hurry up and get this video done because I got a meeting at 10 o'clock. And I can get my tail to the office. But thank you for watching. It's on BET, called Zatima. It's a very good show, by the way. Okay. Shout out to my bestie jumping on live real quick. Okay. So, then Fatima tells Angela, listen, I'm not going up there because if this happens again, if he treats me the way that he did last time, there's no coming back from that. Girl, you always talking about there's no coming back from that, but yet you was going over his house last night. Girl, stop. You ain't no not coming. You gonna come back again and again and again. Knock it off, okay? Moving on. Angela says, all right, girl, whatever, go on to work, but I'm gonna go ahead and take me a nap because Angela been up having sex all day all night, so she got to get some rest. Okay. Headed to the airport. Oh, okay, girl. Well, y'all have a safe flight and stuff. Gotta support my bestie. Yes. You gotta, if you get a chance to watch my Love and Marriage Huntsville video, girl, ended up getting emotional thinking about, there's a scene in that show where one of the ladies on the show had breast cancer and she survived it, and it just made me think about Jennifer, and I got a little emotional in the video. So yeah, I did that video last night. But anyway, Belinda, shout out to my bestie, she know what I'm talking about. We have a whole conversation in a YouTube video. Moving on. Belinda and Nathan walk into the hospital, and Zach and Tony look at Nathan like he is crazy. And Zach tells her to leave. Why did you bring Belinda? Belinda, more importantly, why did you want to come? What the hell is wrong with you? You're crazy and deranged. Like, I don't understand the angle that Tyler Perry is going here with Belinda. Like, Belinda is just looking weird to me. Like, you're looking like a fatal attraction. It's obvious that you're jealous of Fatima, right? But now you stalking Zach. You had sex with Zach one time, sis. One time. And it's been years ago. It was 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Your friend is now with him that didn't ever know that y'all had an encounter. But now you still sniffing behind him. You say you hate him, but then you want to come up to the hospital and support him. You don't know his mother. You don't know anything about him. And you was just getting back shots from one of his best friends on your couch. What the hell is wrong with you, Belinda? The screws is loose, and you need to get a hammer and a wrench. Something ain't right with sis. Something ain't right with her. So Tony is like, girl, get out of here. Zach does not want you here. And Zach is like, get her the F out of here. I do not want her here. So Belinda was like, Zach, where's Fatima? She should be here with you. Girl, now what you pointing out the fact that Fatima is not there. I'm gonna need you to mind your business because first of all, you shouldn't even be here to know that Fatima is not here. How about that? So moving on, Tony sits down. Tony tells Nathan to just get on out of there. Like, just go, man, because you're causing an extra problem that we really just don't need right now. So Nathan looks at Zach like he about to cry. He's like, man, Zach, I love you, man. Like, you know, always, I'm always gonna be here for you, and tries to dap Zach up. And Zach turns away from Nathan like, really, dude? Like, really? Get out of here. Get away from me. And you gonna bring her in here? Like, what? So Nathan walks off and Belinda doesn't leave. She is a psycho. Now Zach need to get a restraining order against her because homegirl is crazy than Junebug. So she doesn't leave. She sits down in a chair far away from Zach. Why are you here? He doesn't need your support at all. She's a lunchbox, like for real. So moving on, Jeremiah comes up, and now everybody's sitting down. And Jeremiah's like, man, you always in some drama talking to Zach. And Zach is like, man, don't talk to me. Leave me the hell alone. Like, I ain't got time for this. And Tony says, Jeremiah, step, man. Just like, seriously. Just knock it off. So Tony really is exploring all his lines. Okay, he gets to talk this episode. So Jeremiah finally gets up and walks off. And Tony was like, man, I was about to hurt him. Okay, because he's getting on my nerves. So moving on. Angela arrives at the office and Fatima is there in a whole heap of work that she done finished. And she's like, girl, are you okay? Like, were you able to clear your mind? Did you get a lot done? And Fatima was like, yeah, I got a lot done, but I still don't feel better. And Angela was like, girl, you what? Just go to the hospital, girl. Like, you doing too much. And Fatima was like, Angela, I can't do it. And she was just like, girl, okay, whatever. So Fatima was like, girl, I'm not going up to the hospital, so stop asking me. But you might need to worry about what the hell homeboy over here is doing. She sees Bryce through the mirror or the window or whatever, the glass covering the office. They can see him out in the hallway getting ready to go out on a date with some chick. And Belinda was like, he going out with, I mean, like, she need to pick a season. Velour, short skirt, long sleeve. Like, what is going on? I'm like, okay, Angela, why do you even care what Bryce is doing? You don't like Bryce. Why are you worried about Bryce? Leave Bryce alone. What is going on? Angela, you're all over the place. I don't understand it. So moving on, Angela goes out and approaches Bryce, asking him why he there. Okay. He says he's taking his friend Lacey to lunch. Angela says, oh, how y'all meet? She know what you into? She know what you like? He was like, yeah, we actually met online, actually, and there's an app for people like us. So, yeah, she knows what I'm into, and she down with the get down, too. So, and what? How you gonna act? So Angela was like, oh, well, I guess I'm just a bit more reserved, I guess. And he was like, I know you lying. Not with all the men that you got going in and out of your house that I done seen. He was like, and she was like, huh? Are you spying on me? He was like, no, I mean, but Angela, like, what about the guy? Like, what about the guy? And I'm like, what? How you know about some? Hold on, y'all. My phone about to fall the hell down. Having some technical difficulties. Hold on. So Angela looking at him like, how you know about some guy that was at my house? So basically, Bryce over there spying on daggone Angela. He is watching her house. Because it's like, I was wondering, how did he know who Sam was when his card declined in the next scene? I didn't understand that. But I guess from this, it's because he's been watching Angela's house. And I'm like, dude, it's over. Why are you still spying on this lady? Let it go. Let it burn. So anyway, And Bryce says, no, I'm talking about that guy, Angela. How can you judge me and just do what you want? So basically, he like, you out here humping around and doing what you want to do, because Angela slept with Sam the night before. Then which Sam is Paul's friend. But then Angela had another dude over there that she was getting all nasty and doing the dude with. I think he was like a food delivery driver or something I don't know what he was, but yeah, she had another dude over there that she had a rump session with. Angela a little freak, okay? So then the chick Lacey walks up and Angela says, are you going to introduce us? And Bryce says, no, like for what? And him and homegirl walk off and go to lunch, okay? So Bryce is at lunch and the chick leaves and he says, okay, I'm going to call you later, or whatever the case may be. And he smiles, gives her a hug, and she walks out. So Sam comes over there and he's like giving Bryce the bill and tells him that his card declined. So no, Sam is like, don't I know you? Before Sam tells him that his card declined, Bryce is like, oh yeah, I know you, right? Don't I know you? And Sam was like, I don't know you. And he was like, no, yeah, Angela. Yeah, that's right. You know Angela. And Sam was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sam like, listen, I don't know who the hell you are. You could be her husband. I ain't about to get caught up with nothing, okay? All I know is your card didn't decline and I need you to pay up, okay? First of all, for you to be sitting up here talking to Sam, telling him about Angela, you got a lot of balls. Like, for real, Bryce. I don't know what type of personality disorder he has. Like, Bryce is very stoic. Like, he's very carefree, like whimsical, like a WP. Like, just live your life and, just be carefree, careless, and, doesn't really take adversity well. Like, Bryce is like, oh my God, my card is declined. What? Like, he just can't believe it. He's going to go crazy in this place. He's upset that Zach wouldn't pay up the $500,000 for them to go ahead and go on this deal. Like, Bryce is not used to not getting what he wants. And then you see Sam. Mind you, where the hell did Sam come from? Because why is Sam bringing the bill? I didn't understand that either. Because Bryce was saying, oh yeah, don't I know you? And I'm like, was Sam your server? And if Sam wasn't your server, why is he bringing you your bill? Riddle me this, Batman. This whole scene right here just didn't make no sense. I'm just like, so where the hell did Sam come from? And why is Bryce just now noticing who he is? Tyler, you got to do better. The writing got to be cohesive. But anyway, the card didn't decline. And he calls the office, okay? Bryce calls the office and they say, well, unfortunately, your assets have been frozen, okay? So Bryce tells somebody to come and bring him some cash so that he can pay for the lunch that he just went on with Boom Boom Booty Cakes from the office. And he not trying to, y'all, my phone don't not want to be my friend. He not trying to be sitting up here being embarrassed. So Sam tells him, yeah, but I'm going to need you to get up from this table because this is how I make my money. Bryce was like, okay, well, I'll go sit at the bar or I'll go stand over here. So everywhere that Bryce wanted to stand, Sam said no. I'm like, well, where the hell is the man supposed to stand at while they come and bring him the money? At least he gonna pay you. Because Bryce ain't about to be busting no suds. So, child, I think that scene went on a lot longer than it needed to. But moving on. Bryce ends up calling Zach and leaving him a message telling him, child, we got to get through this because this thing gonna keep on falling down. Bryce calls Zach and leaves him a message telling him that basically their assets have been frozen and that, he's trying to get a hold of him to see what's going on, to let him know. But he can't get a hold of him. So then he calls Fatima. Fatima answers the phone and she's like, Bryce, what the hell you want? And Bryce is like, I'm trying to get in contact with Zach to let him know what's something that's really important. Fatima was like, well, what is it? And he's like, well, I got to talk to Zach. It's very important. Can you call him and tell him to call me? And Fatima was like, well, I'm sure he'll get your message. Zach is dealing with a family emergency right now. I'm like, Fatima, can you just grow up and call the man? Because obviously, Zach is going through a lot. His mama is in the hospital. Now it's some shit going on with Bryce. It's like he just can't catch a break. And you over here making it worse, all in your feelings. Thinking that you way more important than you really are. Like, his mother is in the hospital, girl. You doing too much. Like, Fatima really pissed me off in this episode. I can't even lie to y'all. So moving on, they end up getting off the phone. Fatima gets a call from Connie on the other line, which this whole scene to me was just worthless. Why is Connie calling her? Why are you trying to call Fatima from Zach's car? So Connie is joyriding in Zach's car, and she says, "You know what? I'm calling you to see if you at the hospital." Fatima like, "How the hell you get my number, Connie? Who is this?" She's like, "This is Connie." Fatima was like, "Girl, what do you want?" And so Connie is like, "So I tried I called you because I tried to see if you was at the hospital. I tried, Fatima, that didn't work. I tried woman of my life, that didn't work. Then I said love of my life, and that worked." Why did we need to go through these semantics? Why did we need to do any of that? Never mind. I'm not even going to spend the time on that Tyler Perry spent writing that scene, because that was just trash. Okay. Oh, don't have me on Teams. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Reading emails, child. She says Zach is like my family, and I'm just looking out for him, and you should be there. So Fatima says, "Well, F your family." Okay, Fatima, was that necessary? Did you have to say F your family? Why are you saying F Zach? And he's in the hospital dealing with his mother, almost possibly passing away, dealing with a real situation. And you over here in your feelings over what? Girl, grow up, please, and quickly. Because this is just silly. You and Zach are immature as hell. Shout out to my friend Ebony for this amazing cup that she got me for my birthday. I love me a good old coffee cup, child. But moving on, she's still over there in her feelings, and Connie says, he said that you was hard headed, but I didn't know you was this stubborn. And she said, well, when you was supposed to be doing, Fatima says, well, F your Connie says he said you was hard headed. When we was supposed to be doing us, we was talking about you, just like you was with the light skinned dude at the club talking about Zach. So basically, she was like, Connie was trying to tell her, Zach don't want me, girl. He wants to be with you. Even when he with me, he talking about you, just like you was talking about Zach in the club with the light skinned dude. So Fatima was like, how the heck you know that? And Connie was like, I know. She was like, listen, my name is Connie, not Aaliyah, and I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. He on the 4th floor at the hospital. You need to go see him. Child, Connie, I wouldn't even be wasting my breath or my joyriding time in this car fooling around with Fatima. If she go to the hospital, she go to the hospital at this point. I wouldn't even be wasting my time on this chick, seriously, because Fatima is acting like a 12-year-old. You acting like somebody that, oh, if you talking to her, you can't talk to me or whatever. This lady is his mother is in the hospital fighting for her life. And you over here worrying about him calling you first and telling you first. Girl, get a life. That just really pissed me off that was the angle, the attitude that Fatima took over this. So anyway, Angela walks in telling Fatima she needs to go to the hospital. What if Zach's mom passes away? And Fatima says, I'm not sure how bad it is or whatever. And Angela says, girl, I'm sure it's bad. Like, the hell? She OD'd. Like, what? Are you that slow, Fatima? Somebody ODing, that's definitely bad, sis. Definitely bad. You just don't want to go up there. because you being a stubborn fool. That's exactly what's going on here. So moving on, she says, okay, I'm gonna go up to the hospital. And she was like, because Angela was like, what if she dies and he finds out that you knew, and you being all stubborn, don't go to the hospital. He's not going to be okay with that. Like, he's not going to be all right with you. So she says, all right, cool, I'm going to go up there. So Fatima walks into the hospital, and Belinda doing her, hey, girl. Belinda always, hey, girl. Belinda, don't hey, girl me. Don't talk to me at all. And Fatima was like, what the hell? What the hell are you doing here? What you mean, hey, girl? She was like, you know what? Girl, get out of here. And Belinda was like, I was just worried about y'all. Like, I was just coming up here to check on Zach and wondering where you were. Fatima says, he doesn't need you here. And if you keep wondering where I am, I'm gonna be in a jail for busting a cap in your ass. That's exactly where I'm gonna be at, in a jail cell, because I done bust a cap in your ass. Okay. So she says, and you also in the right place for me to put you in one of these hospital beds. Now get the F on out of here. So Belinda walks off, and Fatima goes over to Zach, and she asks him if he wants her to leave. She was like, do you want me to leave? And he's like, no, please don't leave. He was like, please don't leave me. I can't deal with any more loss. He's like, Fatima, I just can't believe this. Like, what am I going to do or whatever? And Zach says, I need you here. And Jeremiah says, Jeremiah says it's all my fault because I gave her the money. And I was just trying to get us right, get myself right. Like, this is just crazy. And Fatima says, it's not your fault. Don't listen to him. This is not your fault. You hear me? It's not your fault. And he was like, can you just hold me, please? Please don't leave me. He's like, I'm so sorry for everything I did. I promise I won't do it again. Like, please, I just can't suffer any more loss. Please, don't leave me, Fatima. Please don't leave me. He was like, I know you're mad at me right now, but just please don't leave me right now. Like, he's like begging her. And I'm like, he doing all of this. And this is what you would have, and you would have been sitting in your office trying to clear your head, going and running alongside the homeboy riding the bike, trying to clear your head. And he up here struggling. And you know you love this man. That's why you here. I don't know why Fatima be playing all these little games. So then they tell each other they love each other, and they give each other a kiss. And the doctor comes out and says, Mr. Taylor, I'm so sorry. So, child, in the next episode, we probably going to see that something, unfortunately, his mama probably passed away. I'm hoping that that's not the case. I pray that she makes it, and somehow Zach can try to fix his relationship with his mother, help her get clean. Because while Jeremiah is not helpful to the situation at all, Zach is not really being helpful either. Like, he'll see his mother, give her some money, try to be around her or whatever. But, like, what have you done to try to help her get clean? Now I get it, Zach didn't really have a lot of money before, and maybe he was trying to get his mother clean. Maybe he's trying to get his mother on the right path, but then his mother talks to him crazy. And why would I want to help somebody that treats me like trash? Why am I going to be absolving my resources for somebody that obviously doesn't appreciate it? So it's just a lot to unpack there. And I think that if you have the mom pass away, that's kind of cheapening the whole situation. That's not really allowing us to get to know Zach on the road to being a better person. That could be a part of him becoming a better person, him working with his mother, him building a better relationship with his mother. And that could also possibly help him to strengthen his relationship with Fatima. I don't know. Your love angel is in the building. What's up? What's up? I understand why Fatima didn't want to go, but I'm glad Angela and Connie were persistent on getting her to go. Yeah, me too, because I mean, honestly, I don't understand why she didn't want to go. You still care for this man. And here's the thing. Let's think of it on the flip side. If Fatima's mother was in the hospital, let's say Fatima, this was during the time where Fatima was secretly going to see her ex that we found out had cancer or whatever. Let's say that Zach left her because she was secretly going to go see the ex. And then Fatima's mother was in the hospital. And Zach was like, I'm not going up to the hospital because she was cheating on me. And the last time I went somewhere, to check on her. She told me to leave. Fatima would be pissed if Zach didn't come up to the hospital knowing that her mother or her father was in the hospital. So it's like this immature BS that Fatima does, she wouldn't like it if he did it to her. It's like it's okay for her to do all this bullshit, but Zach can't do it. I can't with either one of them. Both of them need to grow the hell up. Like, seriously. And I don't know who need to do it the most and the fastest. But y'all, thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And we will be back. I will be back on Thursday to talk about the last, I think this is the last 2 episodes. And actually later on tonight, I'll be back to give y'all Toya and Renee. Okay. But until then, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.